Imagine this. Two friends, Jack and Jill, both excited for their upcoming European adventure. Jack with a suitcase that could fit a small elephant, and Jill with her backpack that seems to defy the laws of physics. Now let's meet our two protagonists. Jack's the kind of guy who believes in preparing for every eventuality. Hurricanes, alien invasions, you name it, he's packed for it. His suitcase, a monstrosity of engineering, bulges at the seams with everything from a 10-piece first aid kit to a portable espresso maker. He's got it all covered. After all, you never know when you might need a shot of caffeine while dangling off the side of the Swiss Alps. On the other side of the spectrum, we have Jill. Jill is the epitome of a minimalist traveler. She's got a backpack that's as compact as they come, yet miraculously, it holds everything she needs. A change of clothes, a toothbrush, and a passport. That's it. She believes travel is about the experience, not the luggage, and she has a knack for making do with less, turning a single scarf into a blanket, a pillow, or a chic accessory, depending on the situation. The contrast between these two couldn't be more pronounced. Jack, with his ready-for-anything approach to packing, and Jill, with her streamlined, minimalist style. It's an age-old dichotomy, a tale of two travelers, each with their own unique method of preparing for the journey ahead. Their approaches may be different, but their goal is the same, to make the most out of their European adventure. And while Jack might be ready to perform emergency surgery at a moment's notice, and Jill could probably survive a week in the wilderness with nothing but her wits and her backpack, they both know that the most important thing they're bringing with them is their spirit of adventure. Now, let's dive into their packing strategies and maybe we can learn a thing or two. Welcome to Global Travel Venture. Jack, our first traveler, believes in the motto, better safe than sorry, and he takes it to a whole new level when it comes to packing for a trip. Now, let's take a peek into his process, shall we? To start, Jack's suitcase is the size of a small car. It's a wonder how he manages to lug it around, but as he would say, you never know when you might need a spare tire. Jack's packing list is as meticulous as a NASA pre-launch checklist. It starts with the basics, clothes for every weather condition, from the Sahara Desert to the Arctic tundra. Even if he's heading to the Bahamas, Jack won't forget his thermal underwear, because who knows, right? Then come the medicines. From painkillers to antacids, Jack's personal pharmacy could give any drugstore a run for its money. And let's not forget his mini first aid kit. After all, a paper cut in the wild can be a real danger, or so Jack believes. As we move further into the depths of Jack's suitcase, we discover an array of gadgets. A multi-tool Swiss knife? Check. A portable charger with enough juice to power a small village? Check. A hand-cranked radio for those just-in-case moments? You bet. Jack also has a thing for emergency rations. His suitcase is a treasure trove of canned goods, energy bars, and packets of instant coffee, because one can never underestimate the power of caffeine in a crisis. And last, but certainly not least, Jack packs a roll of duct tape. Why, you ask? Well, as Jack likes to say, if you can't fix it with duct tape, you're not using enough. So, that's Jack for you. Prepared for a zombie apocalypse, but maybe not for the baggage fees. But hey, at least he'll be ready when the aliens land, or if he gets stranded on a deserted island. Either way, Jack's got it covered. Now let's shift gears and meet Jill, a woman who could probably pack for a year-long trip in a lunchbox. Jill is the epitome of a minimalist traveler. Her packing style is so streamlined, you'd think she was preparing for a weekend getaway, not a month-long expedition. She's the type of person who looks at a toothbrush and thinks, maybe I could just use my finger? Jill's suitcase is a marvel of efficiency. It's a testament to the art of packing light. She has a single set of clothes, a passport, a credit card, and a smartphone. That's it. She's a firm believer in the mantra, less is more. And, in her case, less is definitely less. You might wonder, what about toiletries? What about a change of clothes? Well, Jill's got that covered too, in her own unique way. She's a fan of multi-purpose items. Her scarf, that's also her blanket towel, and on particularly sunny days, her sun hat. Her smartphone, that's her map, her guidebook, her translator, and her entertainment system. As for toiletries, she's got one word for you: hotel. Jill's packing style might seem extreme, but she swears by it. She loves the freedom of being able to pick up and go without a second thought. She's not weighed down by luggage, or by the stress of keeping track of a myriad of items. For Jill, travel is about experiencing the world, not about the things she brings with her. But of course, her approach does have its drawbacks. Like that time in Paris when she had to buy a ridiculously expensive toothbrush because she forgot hers. Or that time in Rome when she had to wash her one set of clothes in a hotel sink. But for Jill, these are just minor inconveniences. A small price to pay for the freedom of traveling light, so there you have it. The minimalist traveler. It's not for everyone, but for those who can pull it off, it's a game changer. And that's Jill. She might forget her toothbrush, but hey, at least she's not lugging around a small boulder. Let's dissect Jack's packing style. Is it really beneficial to pack like you're fleeing the country? Now, our friend Jack has a packing style that would give Mary Poppins' magical bag a run for its money. His suitcase seems to be a bottomless pit, containing everything from a 10-day supply of socks to a portable hammock. You'd think he's about to embark on a round-the-world trip, not a weekend getaway. But let's consider the merits of Jack's method. First, he's always prepared. Rain or shine, desert or Arctic tundra, Jack has the right gear. He's the guy you turn to when you need a band-aid or an umbrella, or even a spare phone charger. And let's be honest, there's a certain comfort in knowing you're ready for anything. On the flip side, Jack's packing style can lead to some interesting challenges. For starters, he's always on the brink of exceeding the baggage weight limit. It's a delicate dance at the check-in counter. A game of chance where the stakes are extra baggage fees. And then there's the issue of locating anything in his suitcase. Need a toothbrush? Sure, it's in there somewhere. It's like a treasure hunt. Only the treasure is a pair of clean underwear. Then there's the fact that Jack is essentially hauling around his own personal department store. It's a workout in and of itself, and not necessarily the kind you want when you're trying to navigate a foreign city or catch a connecting flight. And let's not forget about the unpacking ordeal. Jack's suitcase explodes like a confetti cannon once it's opened, turning any hotel room into a scene of chaos. It's a sight to behold, but not one you'd want to clean up. So is Jack's packing style for everyone? Probably not. But it does have its benefits, especially if you're the type who wants to be prepared for every potential scenario, no matter how unlikely. So if you're someone who likes to be prepared for every eventuality, Jack's style might be for you. Now on to Jill. Is less really more when it comes to packing? Let's dive into Jill's minimalist packing style. Jill's approach to packing is like a game of Tetris. Everything has its place, and no space goes wasted. Her suitcase is her canvas, and she is the artist, skillfully arranging her essentials in a harmony of simplicity and efficiency. Jill's minimalist style has its perks. For starters, she never has to worry about excess baggage fees. Her suitcase is always light and easy to carry, making navigating airports and train stations a breeze. It's a testament to the saying, travel light and go fast. Yet, the minimalist approach isn't without its challenges. Ever heard of the phrase, expect the unexpected? Well, Jill lives it. Unexpected weather changes, impromptu formal dinners, or even a sudden urge to go snorkeling. Jill's minimalist suitcase might leave her a tad unprepared, but don't worry, Jill's got a knack for improvisation. A dinner napkin for a scarf? Why not? Jill's packing style also requires a certain level of discipline. It's about understanding the difference between what you want to pack and what you need to pack. It's about resisting the temptation to pack that fourth pair of shoes, just in case. But once you've mastered this art, the freedom of not being weighed down by unnecessary baggage is truly liberating. But let's not forget, minimalist packing also means more room for souvenirs. Jill's suitcase always has space for those unique finds from local markets, or that beautiful seashell she picked up on the beach. It's a balance of preparation and spontaneity, of need and want, of practicality and whimsy. So if you're a fan of traveling light and fast, you might want to take a page out of Jill's book. It's not just about packing less, but about packing smarter, and making the most of what you have. After all, travel is about the journey, not the luggage. But is there a middle ground? Can you be prepared without packing your entire house? Let's ponder that for a moment, shall we? Picture this. You're about to embark on a grand adventure. You're standing in your room, surrounded by a mountain of clothes, gadgets, and travel essentials. On one hand, you have Jack's voice echoing in your mind, urging you to pare down your belongings to the bare minimum. On the other hand, you can hear Jill's voice, encouraging you to pack for all possible scenarios. It's a conundrum, isn't it? Now let's imagine a third voice. This voice, let's call it common sense, suggests a balanced approach. Yes, you heard it right, balance. It's not as exciting as stuffing your suitcase until the zipper threatens to burst, nor as daring as stepping onto a plane with nothing but a backpack. But believe me, it's a lifesaver. This balanced approach encourages you to pack smart. You take what you need, but you also make room for the unexpected. You pack your essentials, but you also leave some space for those souvenirs you know you'll pick up along the way. It's about packing enough to feel comfortable and secure, but not so much that you're lugging around a suitcase that weighs more than you do. Imagine packing your suitcase with Jack's minimalist eye, selecting only the items you truly need. Then you give it a once-over with Jill's foresight, adding a few items for those just-in-case moments. Suddenly, packing doesn't feel like an extreme sport anymore, does it? So here's the secret. It's not about packing light or packing heavy. It's about packing right. It's about understanding your needs, anticipating potential scenarios, and finding a balance between being underprepared and overprepared. So maybe it's not about being a Jack or a Jill, but finding a balance that suits your needs. After all, isn't that what travel is all about? Embracing the unknown, adapting to new situations, and finding your own path, suitcase and all. So, what have we learned from Jack and Jill's extreme packing styles? Well, let's start with Jack, our over-preparer, the man with a suitcase that could double as a survival bunker. There's a certain peace of mind that comes with knowing you've packed for every eventuality. Rain in the Sahara, Jack's got a raincoat, unexpected black tie event in the Amazon, he's got a tux. But there's a downside to this prepared-for-everything approach. Jack's suitcase weighs as much as a small elephant, and he spends more time wrestling with it than enjoying his travels. Plus, he's constantly paying extra for overweight luggage. Then we have Jill, our minimalist traveler. She's the embodiment of light travel. With just a backpack containing the bare essentials, she breezes through airport security and never has to worry about lost luggage. But Jill's minimalist approach also has its drawbacks. She often finds herself without something she needs, like that one time she ended up in Iceland without a warm jacket. So what's the solution? Is there a middle ground between Jack's "go pack it all" and Jill's less is more approach? Absolutely. Let's call it the balanced packer. This traveler knows the value of preparation, but also understands the beauty of traveling light. They pack what's necessary while leaving room for flexibility. They know that while it's important to be prepared, it's also important to be adaptable. How do you become a balanced packer? Start by taking a leaf out of Jack's book. Make a list of essentials. These are items you can't do without, like your passport, money, and medication. Don't forget to factor in the weather and activities you'll be doing. Next, channel your inner Jill. Once you've got your essentials, ask yourself, do I really need this for every other item? If the answer is no, leave it behind. Remember, the world is full of shops. If you really need something, you can probably buy it there. Finally, pack smart. Roll your clothes to save space. Use packing cubes to keep things organized. And always leave a little room for souvenirs or unexpected purchases. Ultimately, the way you pack is personal, and what works for one person may not work for another. But by taking a balanced approach, you can ensure that you're prepared for your travels without being weighed down by unnecessary items. You'll spend less time worrying about what's in your suitcase and more time enjoying your journey. Remember, whether you're a Jack, a Jill, or somewhere in between, the goal is to enjoy the journey, not to stress over the suitcase. Until next time, safe travels.